Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to honor the life and memory of Mike Quirler. What a beautiful character he could have been. If only Duffers were smart. I think this is going to be my last ramble about Stranger Things. At least about how it ended. The ending of Stranger Things pushed me to create Tumblr account. I didn't have like Twitter, I didn't have Tumblr. I do have Tumblr now and it feels good. I just want to talk about some issues that I have personally with season 5. I'm not sure if I'm going to include Byler, maybe in the very end I'm going to talk about Byler, but most importantly, yesterday I rewatched the finale. Jesus Christ. I never thought I'd do this. Honestly, after I watched the finale, I was so traumatized. I spent like the whole week in depression because I couldn't get over the fact that it ended so badly. And the week has passed and my mom, she's also like a fan of Stranger Things and she was waiting for me to get over it. She was waiting for me to be in the mood to rewatch it, and I promised that I would. My mom was watching it for the first time, I was rewatching it, and you know what? I've gone through all stages of grief. I felt like I finally got over it, and I sat down. We turned it on. Guys, yeah, having watched everything, even knowing what is about to happen, it still felt like the biggest slap in the face. This is so bad. Like the first time I watched the finale, I had a lot of expectations because Duffus cannot apparently shut the fuck up. They just would go out and tell everyone, this is the biggest, the most expensive thing we've ever done, you've ever seen. This is going to be nuts. Every fucking questions that you have, they're going to be answered. This has been my first post on Tumblr where I said, hot take, Duffers, Sean Levy, and unfortunately half of the cast of Stranger Things should have just shut the fuck up. If they didn't say what they said, a lot of things they said, they just never came to fruition, never happened. Like the painting lie. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna bring it up every fucking time because this is insane. Poor Finn, he probably, I don't know, got a scolding of his lifetime after he said that it's going to pay off. Maybe it was going to pay off at some point. Sorry, not about Byler. Not about Byler. So yeah, now I'm gonna talk about things that really stood out to me upon rewatching, like when I actually sat down and watched attentively. First and foremost, the fact that they left the crawl van right outside the Magzy zone was insane. This is so stupid, and this is basically how the finale starts. The finale starts with the fact that our characters are fucking stupid. Like, what the fuck was the math behind the tower aligning with the rift? This is so poorly thought through. It could actually be called a suicide, like a mass suicide attempt at this point. What are you doing? And they all stood there like, please tell Elle we're here. Guys, start climbing down. I don't know, like what, are you going to just die if Elle doesn't do something? The plotline with Henry's past is such a waste. This was badly executed. We saw literally nothing of importance. My mom, throughout the whole sequence of events when, like with Kali, Max, and Eleven, she was like, where are they? Who are these people? What is this play? And you know what? I cannot blame her. I cannot blame her for asking these questions because they didn't tell us shit. No one saw the first shadow, okay? If only this was Byler. Henry is basically useless. It's crazy. He lost to Derek. He lost to Elle instantly. He lost to Will. He got beaten up by Holly. Who the hell is he? A main villain or a punching bag? Another thing that stood out to me and pissed me off so much is when they were running away from the mind flayer, like this big giant. No one took the damage. They're just that good of a runner. So yeah, crazy. Like imagine. No one took the damage. They just, like lucky. Like, how fucking lucky do you have to be chased by an interdimensional 5-story tall monster and get away from it? The final battle between 11 and Vecna was very funny to watch. The poses and everything. 11 was pretty much just flexing moves and basically the poses that they pulled before they started to fight. So you really wanna die? And 11's like, bring it on. And then Vecna like pushed her, and she was like, ha! This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Another thing that stood out to me like a lot, because we spent time again listening to Hopper telling 11, please don't die, you don't have to do this, we will find the way out. There is hope. We can do this. Please do this for yourself, like for your future kids. You can have it. And this is crazy. She just dies after that. Convincing main character that she has a future, that she can have a happy ending, and then killing her off is diabolical. I don't really know what story the authors tried to tell us here. That people who were abused and mistreated throughout their whole life cannot fucking live on? That's depressing. Another thing that I noticed, which is like very funny, listen. While most of the viewers who watched the show and who remember how Mike treated Elle in the previous seasons, how he didn't understand her at all, they would know that he is definitely not the person who understands her. Some people still might think that it is him because they dated. So the final scene when they were saying goodbye to each other, literally what happened? 11 says, you have to tell everyone why I chose to die. And Mike is like, but I don't understand. And she's like, you will. So basically, Mike spells out for us, I don't understand my girlfriend. And people be still ignoring this shit, and they'd be like, no, he's so true, he loves her so much, he understands her the best. What the hell, he just said he doesn't understand. I think that 11 should have talked to Hopper, but we've seen a lot of them conversing about this stuff, so I believe that the second person who was on the line and who most definitely understands 11 a lot better than Mike does is Will. They have pretty much the same backstory. Abused, traumatized, fucked up fathers, feeling like they do not fit in the society. One is queer, the other is a lab rat. Definitely it will be Will. I don't know why they did that. Mike doesn't understand shit, and he says, I don't understand. Funny. Epilogue with Steve, Nancy, Robin, and Jonathan was bad. But when I first watched, I kinda, I was like, okay. I was more concentrated on Nancy and Robin, who were so out of character. Robin was sad and looked not like Robin. They made her more feminine, long hair, a blouse and all. She never really wore stuff like that. That actually took me out a bit. Yeah, and also the fact that they erased Vicky. Yeah. I was also focused on Nancy because she was my favorite female character in the show. And in Epilogue, she was just depressed. I don't know, guys. If you saw what I saw Nancy being and the only thought I had is, oh, Nance, baby, whatever happened to you, it will get better, I promise. Jesus, come back to Hawkins, reconnect with family. This was so painful to watch. Okay. So now about Byler. I have a friend, and she's heavily affected by heteronormativity, like heavily. No, we all have gay friends. She's alright, she's not homophobic, but she's affected by it. So she was the one who fought me like tooth and nail. She was telling me that 11 is true, I was telling her that Byler is true. So yeah, we kind of had this friendly confrontation. But you know what? You know what she told me? She said, as soon as I saw this friends, no thanks, best friends scene, I knew that this finale is going to suck ass. She is that kind of friend who likes everything. We watch a movie or we go to a restaurant. Every fucking time we're hanging out or we're chatting, texting each other, she just goes, I think it was good. I liked it. Can you imagine the shock I had? I've known this person for almost 8 years now, and I never heard her trashing anything. And as soon as I gave her a heads up, I said, I watched the finale, let's talk. She started trashing it, like gravely, like severely. So yeah, she's one of the brightest, like representative of the general audience, and she said that after Friends No Thanks Best Friends scene, she understood that they fumbled about Sean Levy. Well, no, not about Sean Levy, but about something that he had said back. This show is an ultimate anthem to nerds, outcasts, to basically like all marginalized groups of people. That's what he said. And you know what? Yeah, guys, do you know what Finale did? Finale erased the only queer couple that we had. Finale erased queer couple. Non-existent. Gays? Who is he? Finale killed the only brown character that also was hated severely throughout her whole participation in the project. You didn't really have to do this. I believe that they brought back Kali just to spite everyone who hated on that episode in season 2. They wanted to be like, haha, she actually mattered. She never fucking mattered. Never. Finally killed a girl who had awful, abusive childhood and never learned to be herself. They just killed that child, like that poor child who suffered for many years. The show proved that a gay boy cannot belong to his home, small town. And it also proved that this boy cannot confess his love for the love of his life, that he's known since like forever. And the show also proved that this boy can't have a profound, like a meaningful coming out that is not forced on him. And it's also proved that this boy can't have anything to his character but being queer. Yeah. His happy ending is not like becoming great artists. It's going to a gay bar and being gay. Gosh. Guys, duffers are fucking imbeciles. I'm sorry. The finale proved that nerds just can't have a relationship. And they can't talk to women. The only person who's in a relationship out of this like core 4 is Lucas. I can't. Like the Susie erasure in that scene where like the popular girl comes up to them and they're all like, I guess, what the fuck is that? They reduced our characters so much in the finale, it hurts. You know what finale also did? It canonized that unfulfilling relationship when one person cannot say I love you back to the other one is something that we just have to bear with, hoping that one day that person will find it in themselves to say those words back. What the fuck? Honestly, guys, if you are in a relationship and your partner can say I love you, don't bear with it. Like, this is a very bad example of a relationship that Duffer showed. Sort it out, talk to each other, do something. Don't just go on living like that. Fuck you, Amnesia. Fuck you, Amnesia, that made creators forget about what their show was about. Fuck you. Or, wait. Was this Amnesia? Was this mass amnesia, or was it... Could it be the Duffers are just fucking stupid? Thanks for watching this video. I don't think I'm gonna post anything about Stranger Things again. I really appreciate your support that you showed me under my last video where I cried like my soul out. It's very sweet. Thanks so much. And also, I'm writing fanfiction. I'm writing fanfiction about Mike and Will, and it's going to be a long one. So whenever I'm ready, I'm probably gonna tell you guys to go check it out. With all that said, again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it right now. I guess I'll see you in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to honor the life and memory of Mike Byler. We lost him to conformity. What a beautiful character he could have been if only he stopped being so goddamn scared. In a memory of this beautiful boy, I'd like to cite the wise woman that once said, "You can kiss 100 boys in bars, shoot another shot just to stop the feeling. You can say that it's just the way you are, make another excuse, another stupid reason. Good luck, baby. Good luck, babe. You have to stop the world just to stop the feeling. Good luck, baby. Good luck, babe. You have to stop the world just to stop the feeling." Rest in peace, Mike Byler.